Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Pro Engineering. We have another WPL product. Those of you new to the channel may not be aware of how much I really love WPLs. This is a Suzuki Jimny. Later on in the vehicle's life in North America, it was called the Samurai, and this is an early version of that body style, which I think perhaps we got a few of these in the States, but I don't know that they were large amount of these imported. Okay, got a couple of variations on the color. Looks like we have opening hood. The canopy comes off at the rear, seats tilt, window tilt, very cool. Any other information down here? The battery's under the seat, which is kind of cool. Okay, let's open this up and take a look. Bigger than I thought it was gonna be. Whoa. Wow, this is new to me. WPL branding on the back. Is this radio reversible? Let's look into that. Okay, interesting. Ooh. Okay, so one of the first things I'm noticing here, some of the WPL radios came with a soft touch application. Basically, it gives you the, how do I say this? It almost feels a little bit suede or very, very kind of silky to the touch. The problem with this soft touch application is that in 100% of instances, eventually it begins to degrade and become sticky. And you'll then require some kind of alcohol to wipe it all off, and it's misery. I hate soft touch on any application. This radio does not have it. Ooh, it's a little far away. I don't like that. Is there a wheel? Well, we'll find out. Maybe there's rubber that's missing. I've never seen this before. Okay, moving on. Some additional components here. We've got the roll bar, battery charger. Don't know what those are. Okay, here we have our basic instruction set. We'll take a look at this a little bit later. And the vehicle. So there's actually, this looks like a front hub. Oh, there it is. It came off. It's my fault. I yanked it out. There we go. Okay. Well, that's better. I can feel it now. Some staples. Okay. This is heavy. Wow, this is leaf sprung. Feels good. Okay, I'm going to peel off some of this tape, which is there for shipping purposes. Okay, that's off. Ooh. That pulls outward. Definitely feels weak. Comes out, drops in place, and you've got your spare wheel. Pretty cool. Boy, that roof is not pretty, but I think that's how they actually are. I think we can just pull this up. Well, before I break it, we'll go take a look at other things here. Doors. There are magnets there. Magnet here in the door. Snaps nicely into place. Windshield. I opted for the black rendition of it. Full inner fenders, rear fenders, wow, look at that. I'm a really huge fan of this gearbox. It's a counter-rotating transmission that WPL has been using. The tires feel, I would say, a bit on the stiffer side, but I don't think a softer one would be very good for this application given the overall profile. I think it feels good for its size. We have screws. There's a Phillips here and here. The thing is, I'm seeing two different ones. I think it's going to be the one that's a little further down inside here. Remove this. There's one and two. That will release the canopy. And the canopy should come off. Oh, okay. One, two. Okay, that comes. Oh, I see it clips on. So this is very interesting. This is a clear canopy that has been painted, and the glass area simply has been masked off. Boy, that is a deep draw right there. Nicely done, very little sink. According to the manual, it's asking us to remove the canopy in order to access the battery. I hope that's not the case. Holy crap, it is. Okay, so if the canopy is on, how, oof. Yeah, it seems, I can't say I love that, guys. What's in the front? The front does open. Why could this not have gone here? Oh, I don't like it. I don't like that you have to take the... Well, okay, put you this way. Is it easy to access? Let's see if I can grab this. Okay, one. Okay, it's easier than the last Jimny. That one was a nightmare. I don't see a compelling reason to put the battery under the seats because it's still kind of a pain to access. And how the hell are we gonna... I don't like it. I don't like that there. Okay, oh, come on, man. Oh, yeah, oof. Okay, that was my fault. You have to flip the power cable on itself, basically right there. Then the battery sits here and this just closes. Is there like a latchy thingy? Oh, there's magnets. What in the hell? There, is that there? Okay, there we go. The magnets aren't, I can feel them now. So here's the deal. If there was going to be a compelling reason to put the battery back there, then okay, but I don't see it. I don't see why putting the battery under the seats where it's still not easy to get to, and if you want the canopy on there, you've got to pull it all off. I'm not seeing a reason to put it back there. I think it should have been under the hood. Without disassembling the body, I don't know what's under there. Likely it's the PCB. So here's the C54. This is actually the C54-1. Look at that battery bay. I mean, it's so big, I can actually fit two in here. This is a great use of that front end. This, I don't think is. In terms of detail, it's quite good. Obviously, with some paint in here, this could look really nice. Mine is very monochrome because I've gone with the black body. Therefore, it's the black body and black interior. But if you'd gone with the green, you would have had more of a delta in the appearance. These move up and down, kind of cool. Got the shifter, the low range box. The doors feel good. I really like how nicely they snap shut. It's definitely giving the illusion. I can't tell what it's made. Is this metal? No, it can't be. This is a thin plastic, very thin, which gives the illusion of vinyl. Looks really good. This will drop down. So we've got, this feels great. These little hinges are metal. Nice. Little tiny mirror. Doors. So basically everything can come off the car. Very, very cool. Let's power this thing on. Check this out. I found this by accident. I pulled the door off the bottom here. That wasn't the battery bay. You've got a screwdriver and 2 Allen wrenches. I mean, that's pretty cool. Put that back on. There we go. That is pretty neat. Back on close. Same thing as previous WPLs, 1 screw there. Okay, check this out. I didn't notice this until I was taking the remote apart. But if you pry the side back a little bit here, there's a tailgate and a little stool or a little stepping stool. I don't know what this is. This comes off here. I don't know what the purpose of that is. Does the real Jimny have one of these? I have no idea what that is. But this is very cool. This thing is about these WPLs, like, it's one thing to see what they come with out of the box. It'll be something completely different to see what people do to them. All right, so that's gonna go back in here. All right, cool. Battery door open. Okay, 2 AA's. These do say 1.5. It's important to note that nickel metal hydrides, if you are going to use those, are 1.2. But I haven't seen any issues with WPLs being able to handle these. Yes, the battery is irritating here, but if you do have children, it is better to put the battery back in because if the remote does fall, batteries can be choking hazards. Power you on? How? Where? Lanyard hook. on. Car power. We have a little bit of bias to the left. Let's center this a bit. Close enough. Wow, that's pretty good for a leaf-sprung truck. Do we have, yes, so we have the steering rate, which will increase by pushing this button. Okay, and brake. See, God, it's the same thing, man. See, it turns too much, and then it yanks the suspension over. Let's see how this thing turns now. Oh. A little bit of binding here, but way better than the last Jimny. I think this steers a bit too much for this application. See, now you're not going to have any issue, really. That feels good. Ooh, a bit there. Still a lot better than see, the battery, because there's no lock, if you flip the thing over, the battery falls out. Oof, I don't like that. Okay. I do, however, like the improvement of the front axles. That feels good. To power on or off the headlights, you can actually press, usually it's steering rate. There, oh, there it goes. Headlights are off. I don't know if this vehicle will accept the WPL light set, but we should probably take a look. All right, so brake. Brake is for the drag brake or the hazard lights, which I don't know. Let's press and hold this. Okay, let's press and hold this. See if the headlights flash or something. Okay, that tells me that these should be flashing right now. Anyway, so I'll press if I try and pull this, it doesn't, the tires don't want to turn at all. Oh, there it goes. More traction. Okay. I press this once. Oh, holy. Wow. Wow. Okay. So there's your drag brake. Is this on or off? Yeah. Cool. So it has a drag brake. It has operational headlights. Steering, yeah, that's kind of annoying that it's doing that a little bit, but okay. So check this out. The PCB does in fact have the extra ports, as it should, for the lighting modules. Now I don't have them. It's on its way. If they don't arrive before the weekend, then I'm gonna go ahead and just do the regular review, and I'll do a subsequent review on the lighting on this. I think that's critical because it has these light areas all over the place. Look at the one in the back there. You got your signals and your single reverse. Is there two? No, there's one. I always find these to be really, really fun on the WPL. So I'll get to this later on when they come in. And to access them, yeah, I just pulled off all 4 of these screws and the whole panel came off. I still see a lot of room where a battery could have been chilling. Just saying. I think it's time to take it for a spin. I took the truck for a little drive today, and I have to admit, I really was impressed. This may be my favorite leaf-sprung WPL that I've ever driven. I drove the original hardtop Jimny, and it was okay. It just seemed like it always wanted to fall over, and I think it's because this whole section was kind of heavy. It also didn't ever seem to want to sit straight. I thought that there wasn't much articulation. This one here, I mean, there's a surprising amount of movement in the suspension, for lack of a better word. I was really impressed. It also accelerates and stays relatively flat. And what I mean is, as you're accelerating, the car doesn't lean particularly. The 4-link ones tend to want to lean a bit, or going forward it might. It's not as bad with the counter-rotating drive shafts. The earlier ones definitely wanted to lean in the direction that they were accelerating. This doesn't do that. These tires, they're definitely lacking in grip, but scale-wise, I think they're outstanding. The vehicle also did come with some spare, you can see them here, these spare hubs. Apparently, a number of these had arrived broken, which is why WPL had thrown these in. Really unfortunate. I don't know why. The packaging was quite good. Perhaps it was an issue, who knows, with a certain batch, I don't know. This vehicle arrived beautifully packaged and with everything working. I still don't like where the battery is. I don't like it, and I'm gonna move it. The remote, pleasantly surprised. It feels like a finished product. I liked it a lot more after using it than I did with the earlier ones. Despite the fact that this looks like it's reversible, it isn't. It is quite nice. It is elevating their product line. Very good step forward. The question is, do you want one? Well, step one, this is a smaller scale vehicle. Even though it's on a 1/16 quote unquote platform, because of how tiny the actual Jimny is, you're getting a 1/10 scale vehicle. Up right now is the actual scale. What I've done is I've calculated based on center to center and cross-reference that with the actual wheelbase. Now, there are some things that are making that a little bit less accurate. What that means is you'll be able to take a relatively small vehicle, perhaps traveling with you can take several of these, and then hang out with people with other 1/10 scale vehicles with your 1/10 scale vehicle. The modeling, this is probably the vehicle for you. The details that you can put on this are going to be insane. If you are new to RC, it's an all-in-one package. If you aren't new to RC, it's an all-in-one package. I know a lot of people are kind of electronics snobs and all that. There's no reason or shame at all using this vehicle as it came. The motor was, had enough pep. It was smooth. The steering was good. The radio, again, it felt good. So I think overall, it's a well-rounded vehicle. No, this is not a rock crawler. Please stop taking every vehicle that is designed for off-road that has suspension and then getting pissed off because it won't crawl the massive boulders in your yard. This is still a trail truck, particularly given the scale appearance and the wheels. So take it for what it is. WPLs are vastly customizable, and this is not going to be any different. There is a link in the description to purchase one of these directly from WPL. It's where I get all of my parts. To me, it's the best place to acquire any upgrades, replacement parts, or actual cars. My friends, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.